Do you find that there are just too many holidays going on nowadays? Do you think that we've gone overboard celebrating every little thing? Let's talk about it this time on Wyce Thoughts.
It's time for a virtual campfire sit-down with Terry Wyce. Welcome to Wyce Thoughts.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to Wyce Thoughts. I am Terry Wyce, your humble host, and I am so glad you decided to spend some of your valuable time with me today. So thank you, first and foremost, right off the bat. Welcome to the virtual campfire sit-down we call Wyce Thoughts. And if you want to listen to more episodes of Wyce Thoughts, by all means, go to my website, wycethoughts.com. Just make sure you spell my name right, W-Y-C-E. That's wycethoughts.com. There you can listen to each and every episode of this podcast, comment on the show if you're so inclined, and check out all the other things that are waiting for you at wycethoughts.com, okay? The other thing, too, if you need voiceover services, audio production services, visit my website. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a great plug, Terry, for your voiceover service. Fumble over the words. Go to terrywyce.com, and there you can hear some audio samples and check out my website. My contact info is in there as well. Okay, great. All right, let's get right into the podcast today, shall we? Are there too many holidays? That's what we want to talk about. Now, I myself, grew up with your traditional holidays, your Labor Day, Martin Luther King Day, President's Day, Veterans Day, Christmas, Easter, stuff like that, July 4th, things of that nature. There were a scattering. There weren't a lot. But what I am realizing in recent years, especially over the past at least decade or more, 10 to 15 years, if I had to actually maybe put a round number on it, there is a holiday for literally every single thing out there. Everything there's a holiday for. I mean, for crying out loud, we got holidays for food. That's right. Yes, I said it. Food. We have holidays for food. Now, I know what you're going to say, Terry, Thanksgiving, man. That's a holiday based around food. Well, yes and no. It's about pilgrims and the discovery of America and, them surviving a hard winter and being thankful that, the good Lord or whatever you propose to believe intervened to help save them from starvation, being shown things by the Native Americans at the time on how to do crops and preserve food and what have you. But I am talking, when I say food, I am talking about stuff like, it's Taco Tuesday, or it's International Canned Bean Day, or, there's just so many of them out there, National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day and National Hot Dog Day. To me, it's just a bit overwhelming and too much. National Beer Day. As much as I love beer, trust me, as much as I love a good adult beverage. But, come on. Right? Am I right or am I right? That's all I'm going to ask you. Am I right or am I right? Because, you've got this celebration and that celebration, and then, this demographic we're going to celebrate, and that demographic, and this particular season, and that. Folks, I don't know about you. I'm finding it a bit overwhelming, and I just start tuning it all out, and I go back to my core ones. Christmas, Halloween, 4th of July, Labor Day, Veterans Day, Memorial Day, stuff like that. Thanksgiving, okay? I just go back to the core ones, and I'm sure I've probably excluded a couple, but I've gone back to the core holidays, and that's what I'm celebrating, me and my family at least. That's what we celebrate. Now, before you all jump on me and start giving me a bunch of static and saying, well, what about, this holiday for this group and Indigenous Peoples Day and, and National Italian Day and National Polish American Day and National this and... Folks, when do we say enough is enough? I mean, we just arbitrarily, and I'm asking this honestly, I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just throwing it out there for discussion and for thought. Are we just arbitrarily at this point making up or pooling together, as it were, groups just to have a holiday to celebrate, just to have something to wave the virtual banner and say, hey, look at this, let's celebrate this? Is that what we're doing? Is it? I mean, because it really, to me, and I've talked to some other people, and the reason we're talking about it on this episode of Wyce Thoughts podcast today is that I've talked to other people as well. And there is a consensus of good majority of you out there kind of feel that, yeah, we're just kind of throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks and go with that. I mean, and again, please don't get me wrong. Don't interpret this wrong. And if you take it wrong, well, there's nothing I can do about it. But I'm discussing this today and sharing my thoughts on it because, and again, it's not to put down any particular people or leave any kind of group or idea or ethnicity or place or event out. It's just, I'm saying I think it's enough. We've got enough on the plate. Why do we just keep going back to the buffet and adding and adding and adding, adding and adding and adding and adding for just the sake of saying, well, we celebrate that and we celebrate you and we celebrate this food and, this time of the year. And I just think it's unnecessary. A lot of it is just unnecessary complications in an already, for most of us, complicated life. I mean, if you think I'm totally out of line on this, by all means, you can email me, mail@wycethoughts.com. Okay, you can do that. Send me an email and say, hey, Terry, you're being a total jerk, and, I don't see anything wrong with it. Or you can say, yeah, I hear you, man. I know where you're coming from, and I agree with you. I mean, it's okay to disagree with me. I don't mind that. I don't get my feathers ruffled if people disagree with me. In fact, I welcome it because I want to hear somebody else's opinion, because sitting here in the booth today and recording the podcast, it's me, myself, and I, all three of us. So I want and invite your feedback. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Mail@wycethoughts.com or put it down in the show notes at the website, wycethoughts.com. I invite your commentary and feedback on this. But I just think we're just kind of going overboard with the holidays, here, especially in the United States of America, from whence the program cometh. I think we are just overloading our plate with a lot of unnecessary, arbitrary things just to, maybe it's under the guise of, looking busy or seeming like we're so caring in what can be perceived at times an uncaring world. But I don't know. We're going to find out. We'll take a quick break, and after the break, when we come back, we're going to do our Wordsmith word of the episode here on Wyce Thoughts. So stick around, and we will be right back. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome to Wyce Thoughts. I'm Terry Wyce, and before the break, we were talking about holidays in the United States of America, especially. Do we just seem to celebrate too much of nothing anymore? And I don't know. For my money, for my dollar, I think we are just kind of going overboard and celebrating a little bit too much of everything. And just kind of throwing everything out there and kind of, just seeing what sticks. And, it just seems like it's much to do about nothing. at least for this guy here, it seems much to do about nothing. And, we're going into ways that we really don't need to, okay? We really don't need to, I think, just put stuff out there for the sake of putting out there, because I don't think it's as heartfelt. And I think it takes away a lot of the actual meaning of it. I mean, we don't have to celebrate food every month or every, 3 weeks, celebrate a food. I mean, can you get together with your buddies and friends and pals and family members and loved ones and say, hey, today's hot dog day. Let's all celebrate the hot dog, or let's all celebrate potato salad. Yeah, you can do that. Sure you can. Okay? You can definitely do stuff like that. But when it gets, crazy and arbitrary, excuse me, for just the point of doing it under the auspices of, hey, we're doing it, I think it really just takes away a lot of the intent. It takes the intent and just kind of flushes it down the, whoops, as I hit the mic stand. Sorry about that if you heard that. I think it takes the intent and just totally flushes it down the Johnny flusher. But let me know what you think. Mail at wycethoughts.com, M-A-I-L, mail at Wyce Thoughts, WYCETHOUGHTS.com. And, if you think I'm just being a total moron about this and it's much to do about nothing, by all means, hey, let me know. But anyway, let's get to what we promised before the break.
It's that time again. It's time for the Wordsmith Word of the Episode.
Thank you, Mr. Podcast Announcer Extraordinaire. And today's Wordsmith Word of the Episode, what is it? Let's hear it.
Ameliorate.
All right, say it one more time for me.
Ameliorate.
Ameliorate. A-M-E-L-I-O-R-A-T-E, which means make something bad or unsatisfactory better. That's ameliorate. A-M-E-L-I-O-R-A-T-E. Make something bad or unsatisfactory better. So let's try a couple example sentences, shall we? I get a message every week to help ameliorate my chronic back pain. Okay. More of a fancy word than necessary, I guess. We need ways to ameliorate the high turnover rate at our stores. And finally, one more sentence with the word ameliorate. My grandmother gave us hot tea with honey and lemon to ameliorate everything from colds to stubbed toes. So there you go. There's your Wordsmith Word of the Episode. One more time from the Wordsmith Word Announcer.
Ameliorate.
Ameliorate. A-M-E-L-I-O-R-A-T-E. And you can go out now into the day and impress all your friends with your big brain and your wordsmith knowledge. So there you go. So, all right, let's dive back into the subject at hand. Holidays. Are we really overdoing it, especially in the United States of America, in celebrating just maybe ambiguous or unnecessary holidays and just taking it to the limit and basically, stressing people out. So I'm going to pull right here from the internet here as we chatter along. Public holidays in the United States of America. You got New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Labor Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. That's 6 already. Martin Luther King Day, Washington's birthday. Okay, that's 8. Now, we have Columbus Day and Veterans Day. So there's 10. Now, we've added Juneteenth, National Independence Day, June 19th. So those are the ones. I mean, you got basically 11, if I'm right. Okay, so you got 11. Now, some states and cities have added additional holidays honoring African Americans. You got Emancipation Day in Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Maryland, Mississippi, Tennessee, Texas, Virginia, Washington, D.C., and the U.S. Virgin Islands. You have Malcolm X Day in various cities, Harriet Tubman Day, Rosa Parks Day. They have Confederate holidays, evidently, the Confederate States of America that seceded from the United States. Do you have Confederate Memorial or Heroes Day, observed in Alabama, Florida, Kentucky, Mississippi, South Carolina, amongst other places? And what else we got here? Excuse me. Always have water or something. Well, I'm breaking one of the cardinal sins of voiceover when you're recording. No sugary drinks. And here I am. I'm going to take a swig of Pepsi. Yum, yum. It should be just water only. So for you aspiring voiceover people, water only. You want to stay away from the sugar and carbonated sugary sweet drinks. Now, other traditional and informal holidays: Groundhog Day, Valentine's Day, April Fool's Day, Patriots Day from the Revolutionary War, Earth Day, Arbor Day, May Day. You Buffalo Sabres fans might know that. May Day, Brad May. Anyway, I'm up near New York, near Buffalo, New York area, so from whence the program cometh again, part 2 on this episode. And that was just a famous hockey call. Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day, Flag Day, Helen Keller Day. I didn't know about that one. And, I've been around for a while. I did not know we actually should celebrate Helen Keller Day, June 27th. Maybe, well, now you know as well as I do. Father's Day, Pioneer Day, Women's Equality Day, Patriot Day, September 11th, which is 9/11, as we know, all what happened in the U.S. there for us. Constitution Day and Citizenship Day, September 17th. Oktoberfest for us beer drinkers. World Vegetarian Day. I'm sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you vegetarians. No offense. I'm sorry. World Vegetarian Day, October 1st, globally. What else? Nevada Day. Election Day, which is very important here in the USA. Black Friday, which is coming up here in just a few short days in the United States of America. And for those of you listening overseas, and what the heck is Black Friday? Black Friday is the day after Thanksgiving in the United States, where people just lose their minds and try to save money, and retailers try to have a one-day cash cow come in by offering what they feel are incredible deals on items to motivate people to shop and spend money. Better known as Black Friday, because in business you're either in the red or in the black. Being in the red is bad because you're not making any money. You're at a loss. Wow, that's a big truck going by the studio. Holy mackerel. Was that a helicopter on the road or what? I don't know if you'll hear that. If we'll try and edit that out. But anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, yes. Black Friday, black versus red in business. Red, you're not making any money. You're losing money. And black is the profit line and margins go up, you're making money. So hence the name dubbed Black Friday. Cyber Monday, which is a floating Monday, the week of Thanksgiving. Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, New Year's Eve. Now, the other, let's see what else they got. Other opening notable holidays in the U.S. Opening day for Major League Baseball, winter break, spring break, summer vacation, Super Bowl Sunday. The Sunday. Gotta go into my announcer voice. So, that's just a few. That's just a few of the holidays. And then you've got all kinds of different holidays that you can get into. Some states have certain holidays. And again, the ones that really just give me the moment of pause and just make me, sit back and collectively shake my head and go, all these food holidays, all these holidays that have to do with food, Pizza Day and National Tuna Fish Sandwich Day and all this other kind of hullabaloo. I just sit back and I go, really? Do we really need all these other holidays? Because for me, it just doesn't seem to make sense to have all these crazy holidays added on. And again, let me maintain, I am not trying to disparage any group of people and any time of year, any activity or an event that may have happened, okay? That I just feel that we celebrate enough, and enough is enough. How much more do we need to put on our plate and, go along with? I don't know. But anyway, as I stated many times earlier, if you disagree, let me know. If you agree, let me know. The topic of discussion, it's always an open forum here at Wyce Thoughts. So That's where we are on this. So we'll see what happens. So we'll see that and do that. And we'll catch you next time. Hey, thanks for listening to the program today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you out there. And remember, to see a change in the world, you have to be the change in the world you want to see. It all starts with you, the person looking back at you in the mirror every morning. Remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others. If you want to tweet at me on Twitter, it's at Terry Wyce. Stop by the website, wycethoughts.com, just to make sure you spell my name right, W-Y-C-E, wycethoughts.com. And hey, leave us a positive rating and review on your favorite podcast provider, won't you? Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pets about Wyce Thoughts. And I look forward to gathering yet again around the virtual campfire with you real soon. Take care.